Our fifth and final objective domain for the day is describing the features of conversational AI workloads inside of Azure. Within this objective domain, we're going to look at two different areas. That's identifying common use cases for conversational AI and identifying Azure services for conversational AI. This is going to be taking a look at the conversational AI workloads that are available inside of Azure. This is going to account for roughly to 15 to 20% of your overall exam. And what conversational AI is, it allows your users to engage with an artificial intelligence program, or you might know it as a bot, and they can communicate through different channels, whether it's email, a website, even the phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore the different features of conversational AI workloads in Azure, and this will be our last module of the day. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with identifying common use cases for conversational AI. Now, what conversational AI is, it's a solution that allows dialogue between an AI agent, or we also call it a bot, and a human. So what conversational AI does is it builds on other AI workloads, and this includes natural language processing, but it also uses machine learning and even potentially computer vision. So in general, when people hear or use the term conversational AI, like I said, we're referring to bots. So what we have here is on your screen, you can actually see an example of a chat interface. And this is something that you might find on a website or in the social media feed, something like that. But bots can work across multiple channels. Again, it can work in email or social media, or even voice calls. And bots can be the basis for all AI solutions, or a lot of AI solutions, because you can use bots for customer support, for products and services. You can use it for reservation systems for restaurants or airlines, healthcare consultations, or home automation or digital assistants. I think, if I needed to go to the doctor, I can actually type in my symptoms and I'd be working with an AI agent or a bot to help determine, can I go through a telemedicine or do I need to schedule an appointment to come in? So why don't we look at some of these other common use cases? So there are going to be three common use cases that we'll look at today. Again, there's more, but for today, we're going to look at web chat bots, telephone voice menus, and personal digital assistants. So with the web chat bot, this is really an experience that, it doesn't feel like that you're talking to a computer, but it actually feels more like you're talking to a person, or at least a really intelligent robot on the website. So this is where maybe you're collecting some additional information, or maybe even providing the answer to your question. That way they can speed up the overall queue for the customer service. Next, with the telephone voice menu, I know we all love and cherish chatting with a bot on the telephone, but it actually is a great tool because it enables you to use voice, which is a form of speech recognition, or you can even use your phone keypad to enter in responses, whether you're searching a company directory, you're locating a person, or even having a call transferred to you. And then finally, we have that personal digital assistant. Again, that's a bot that sometimes, has a name, whether there's a personality or even some knowledge of your needs and your preferences, and it's able to act on those. So a great example of that is Cortana on Windows devices, or maybe Siri for Apple, or Alexa for Amazon. There's a number of different personal digital assistants out there, but they all are there that they understand your preferences and you're able to interact with them. So now that we know some of the common use cases for artificial intelligence, let's look at some of the different services in Azure for conversational AI. Now, one of the great ways that you can quickly make a bot is through the Q&A Maker portal. And this is a web-based interface that allows you to create and train and publish different knowledge bases. So what you would do is you would actually create a Q&A Azure resource, and then you can upload frequently asked questions. You can write out your own, but essentially you're going to have questions and then the way that you want the bot to answer. Then you're actually able to train and test that knowledge base. And then once you're done, you're able to publish it. And that's where the Azure Bot Service allows you to use that Q&A maker, because it provides a platform for creating and publishing and managing your bots. So you have that knowledge base that you just created using the Q&A maker, and then you're configuring your bot, and then from there, you can connect it to a number of different channels. In your study guide, there's a great link to the Microsoft documentation on how to get started with a very simple Q&A bot, and it's something that you can create right now. Congratulations, you've reached the end of our final objective domain, Objective Domain 5. Why don't we do one last knowledge check to see how you're tracking with your preparation? Question 1. Your organization has an existing frequently asked question document. You need to create a Q&A knowledge base that includes questions and answers from the FAQ sheet with the least possible effort. What should you do here? You're going to choose from one of the answers below. 1. Create an empty knowledge base and then manually copy and paste the FAQ entries into it. 2. Import the existing FAQ document into the new knowledge base. Or 3, import a predefined chit-chat data source. I'm going to give you 30 seconds here to answer that question. The correct answer is number 2. You can import those question and answers pairs from an existing FAQ document into the Q&A Maker knowledge base. This is a lot faster than copying and pasting. All right, question 2. You need to deliver a support bot for internal use in your organization. Some users want to be able to submit questions to the bot using Microsoft Teams. Others want to use web chat interface on an internal website. What should you do? Should you, option 1, create a knowledge base, then a bot for the knowledge base and connect to web chat and Microsoft Teams channel for your bot? 2, create a knowledge base, then create 2 bots, use the same knowledge base, one bot connected to Microsoft Teams and the other to the web chat channel. Or 3, create 2 knowledge bases with the same questions and answer pairs, then create a bot for each knowledge base, one connected to Microsoft Teams channel and the other to the web chat channel. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer. And the correct answer is option number 1. You can connect your bot to multiple channels. So you would only have to have a single knowledge base and a single bot, and you would just choose to connect it to multiple channels. Great job. So let's do one more recap to see what we covered in Objective Domain 5. We looked at some of the common characteristics of conversational AI solutions, which included web chat bots, telephone voice menus, as well as all of our favorites, those personal digital assistants. We also looked at 2 different services for conversational AI. That was the Q&A Maker service, as well as the Azure Bot Service. And that is the full 5 objective domains.